I will tell you how much money industrial designers make, okay? And how is the structure, of a design company in industrial design. Of course, it's different from car design, but at the same time, it's not that far. So I was very curious, and I went to check this video that Jimmy made, and I have to tell you that the video is super well done, really. It's short enough, about 20 minutes, and it tells you exactly, it gives you all the right information about what type of organization the most important industrial design company have, and which are the price range or the salary range. It's salary. The salary range that those company offers, which is the market. So I told myself, it's very interesting because I also try to talk about this without talking really about money, but the fact that he did it very openly, it made me think a little bit. Anish, stupid me, hard myself the other day, so no sketching for me for the next week. Okay, Anish, then recover well. Be careful. Next time, be more careful. All right. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna talk today about, it's really the car designer career and the car designer salary, according to my experience with what today we have on the market. Now, you have to know that since COVID arrived and those almost now 2 full years of pandemic, things changed a little bit. And of course, there has been a period of time where there were no job available because we were basically closed, okay? There was economic problems for everybody all over the world because of the pandemic situation. But now we are in a situation where everything is relaunching again. And that means that there are job offers out there. And I see several, to be honest. Whether it's going to be it is on LinkedIn, which is the professional social network. You should think seriously to open up your own profile out there, or whether it's gonna happen on Facebook or Instagram. So there are some good opportunities out there. And the thing is that many people ask me several times, how much money can I make once I get out of school? Because I want to make sure if I can, if I can get married or pay my house or pay my bills. Okay, now it is a little bit stupid thing to think like that, because you know that, and I said this many times, car design job, it's like an engineering job. So an engineer and a car designer basically have a very similar salary at starting, okay? At the same time, the car designer job in some companies, not all the companies, but I would say in many companies, they have a different type of extra contract that gives a few hundreds, dollars, let's say, extra on their negotiated contract agreement. Because it's simple, because we have the creativity, and that creativity, you pay it. And also because we went to specialized schools that cost a lot of money, because those schools are private mainly. And a lot of people to find the right design school had to make sacrifices going from one country to another, leave the family. The family have, of course, to pay for it, and therefore it is another type of sacrifice, sort of an economical sacrifice. So, considering all those aspects, we have the rights not to pretend, but to hope for a better contract as a starting salary than a normal engineer, mechanical engineer that starts in an automobile company. And I have to tell you that according to the countries, this salary is pretty good. For example, in France, where salaries are higher than Italy, because the economical situation is different. Ciao Abhishek, ciao. How are you? We will see each other on next Monday. And so basically what happens that if you go to a countries like France, but Germany, America, United States, Detroit or Los Angeles, for example, or some situations in China, especially if you are a foreigner, then the contracts are very interesting. So you can start with a salary that goes between $2,000 okay, or euros, so more or less the same thing, okay, per month. And this is pretty good. So you understand that to be a car designer as a starting salary, you find yourself in a situation between 1,800 to 2,500 according to the country, because there are differences. It's normal. Those differences are given because Italy, for example, is a country that economically is struggling a little bit more. Therefore, since years the salaries are a little bit lower, even if a lot of people say the quality of life is higher. So I'm less paid, but I enjoy more my life over there. In France, the quality of life is very good. If you work in a car design company that basically is around Paris, Paris is the area in Ile-de-France where you are better paid than other areas because it's Paris, and Paris is very expensive. And then, of course, it's expensive too. So you have a higher salary, but when you have to rent, ciao Pina! Come stai? Grazie! So, basically, what's going to happen that according to the countries and to the economical situation and the local culture, you can get some really nice salaries. And let me tell you something, even in Italy, that I know very well, because I started my career over there, even in Italy where the salary is not probably the best, because the life cost is lower, and because the life quality is, in my opinion, but not only my opinion, it's higher, okay? Food, how you enjoy your free time, the people, all together, the automobile culture, okay, that you can breathe in Italy, it's completely different if you are in Detroit or if you are in India, for example, or in China. Ciao Vikas, how are you? Welcome back. So basically, sometimes you can even decide that what the heck, I accept a lower salary, but I know that my everyday life is gonna be better. Then if we go in Germany, you will get probably 40% more, but you will have always gray days. German people are different from Italian peoples or from Latin people, and therefore the way you can have fun during your free time, it's going to be different, even if you are gonna be living your experience in an international environment, because every car design environment is international. I read some of your comments. In my country, India, there are a very low number of design jobs at college too. I know, Patrick, I know that. Ciao, Sign Nation. All right, so I really hope, Sign Nation, that your exams, you're gonna pass them really well, okay? So I wish you that, okay? So basically, you have to understand that once you will be faced with where do I go? What about the salary? Can I pay my bill? You have to consider also life, climate. In Italy we have the sun. In Germany or in London, or in England, in Coventry, we don't have all the sun that we have in Italy or that we can find also in France. Even if France, let me tell you, it's already a little bit so borderline. Then of course you have also Spain, which is another beautiful country where you can have a beautiful life experience. You want that? Okay, so let's come back to the salary. Then there is another thing we have to consider. When we start a career, because car designer means to be into a career. You welcome, Balor, you welcome, my pleasure. So when we get into this career, okay, we know that after 3, 4, 5 years things can improve. It's normal. Every good company will give you an opportunity, to to move up during the time you spend in that company, okay? And when I just Devin said, thank you so much for your words. All right, good. Okay, so now that we are here watching from a front perspective, all right, which I think is probably nicer, I can tell you that when you are starting a career in car design, you have your starting salary. Maybe you will even have some bonus because you work the first couple years on some interesting projects that you did really well. Therefore, your boss will do his or her best way to give you a small raise, maybe, or a bonus, which is a sort of an economical, bonus, and that's always very nice to receive. I remember when I received my first one when I was in Fiat, and that was excellent. I felt so proud of myself. But you don't have to stop there. Hey, Hashem, ciao. You don't have to stop there, because you know that in the first 4 or 5 years, probably you will be there. But then you have the opportunities to move up, just like Jimmy Design explained in his video, okay? Every career is like that. So, if you don't mess up too much, if you don't mess up too much with your career, with your behavior, that you don't misbehave too much, but that you are a good employee, let's put it that way, of course everybody will be glad at the right time, to give you a raise, and then maybe even to propose to you to get new responsibilities, because that's what's gonna happen after a while. You're gonna get more responsibilities moving up, and that will change also the way you will be working within that team or other teams in the same company. Question: do you get a bonus if your design is later production? Yes, the answer is yes. Now, the entity is your boss that has to, to decide that with his boss. But as it happened to me in the past, and also to other colleagues and people that I know in this business, yes, in general, if you do something that goes to as a concept car that goes on a show or that goes into production, the company will reward you in a way, for sure. Okay, because the work is recognized as a strategic work that was well done to get to meet the mission. Okay, so to go to production. Okay, so now how many are we? 15 people. Okay, that's basically our number. Now, if you have questions, please, now is the time to make your questions. Then another thing that you have to know is that you have 3 main steps in a career, okay? You have the career, the time where you are junior designer, so you begin your experience. Then you become a sort of a lead or expert designer, which means you gain experience. And you can stay in that type of role or similar roles for about 5-6 years. And then you get into management, real management. Okay? Then once you get into management, you have junior management for those that start, experienced managers, and senior managers like me, because also the age. And therefore, you, of course, in between those 3 steps, there are other differences. It's not just the experience. So, as you understand, there is a lot to do with this job role, with this field. And then, of course, if you're really a little bit lucky and an excellent designer, an excellent manager, and then, of course, the natural way to end up your career, if you are excellent in everything, is to be a car design director, okay, studio director, or until the place as a VP design, which is a highly paid, very political, very strategic, but extremely important because it's the real guidance for the company in terms of design, and therefore also for the whole design studios and design teams. Okay, so basically that's what we have. It's a sort of a pyramid. Okay, very transversal on some roles. Okay, very transversal. Some others are more vertical, but basically it's very nice, and that's how it works. Patriot, how can we become exception designer? Hey, you have to have incredible talent, which it does not mean just your creativity. It means also the way you are able to anticipate with your brain some strategic things that are necessary for a product to become an extremely successful product. So if you have all those qualities, of course you become a strategic person within a design organization or within a company. Okay, because the CEO of a big company is looking for those type of talents to make sure that if he wants to launch, I don't know, we're gonna have cars in Africa, and we're gonna build cars in Africa for all the Africans, and we're gonna make beautiful cars for Africans. You need people that are ambitious and have a strong talent to understand how to deploy all the design strategy, product strategy, engineering strategy in order to be successful in a new market made of people that you don't know, potential clients you don't know, and a country that you don't know, where the climate is different, the economy is different, the taste is different, very, very different. You know, the traditions are different. Therefore, if you don't have those people that are very talented, it's very difficult. Anish, does strategy here exactly mean? What does strategy? Strategy, Anish, the strategy is a plan. Okay, I will explain to you in my way about, for example, when I'm managing projects. Okay, when I start a new project and they give us the briefing of the project, I immediately start thinking what would be the best way to make the project and how to make that project according to the briefing that it's given. Okay, so there are some people that just start sketching. That can be okay, but most important thing is to understand what for and for who we are really sketching. You understand? And when you think like that, then you have to put in place a strategy. I am going to do this action because with that action I can get these results. That is a strategy. Then you have to have all the actions, you have to make it to make sure that you get really that results. But that's basically strategy. So is it possible for a designer to have his own startup at few years of experience? Valor, it is possible, but you need a lot of money. So if you find somebody that can finance that, why not? Or if you start alone, like me here in my studio at home, and I put myself alone here and I start calling people, hey, I sketch cars on my own, I'm ready to come to become your company, your supplier. It's not that easy, because every company have their suppliers portfolio, and before they get a new one in, they want to make sure that this person is serious, that has a real company, that the company is not in a bad economical situation. Of course, because when you sign contracts, you want to make sure not to waste money or to lose money. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider. I hope I answered correctly to your question. You're welcome. Of course. At the same time, I tell you that if you're looking for an ebook with all the rules for sketching cars, you can get my ebook for only €7, which is 50% discount, because you are watching this video. You sent me an email. I already sold more than 15 already. So if this way, okay, so if you want, you can write to me via email, and I will tell you how to do with PayPal so that you can give me the €7, and I will send you by mail in PDF my sketching cars ebook. Okay, so any other questions? Anybody? Tell me. We have 5 more minutes. So this weekend we're gonna have MotoGP, Formula One. So there is some really good mechanic racing sports races out there for this weekend. You ready for that? I am ready, of course. I am already ready. Next Tuesday, I will be sketching with you again, okay? Next Tuesday, always at 5 p.m., same time like today, okay? All right, if there are no other questions, then we can, you know what? We can finish our live here, okay? And I thank you very much for being with me. I hope that the little things I told you today were useful to you to have a better idea what it means in terms of salary to start as a car designer in at least in the countries I know, okay, and how it works in terms of career. After a while, I suggest you to go and check the video about this from Jimmy Design, okay, Jimmy Design channel. I wrote to you, it's written down here, check it out. Start a design contest. Design pattern, no, I can't. I don't have the time to take care of that. I'm sorry. I'm really very much engaged with the online course. I have a lot of people during the whole week, so you can understand that I am really, I have to do things correctly and professionally. Do you know, may